Welcome, everyone, to a very special episode of the Caffeinated Librarians. Valentine's Day is right around the corner, and we watched a very heartfelt, emotional, lovely film called Heart Eyes. It's a movie where I think the main antagonist really just wants to be loved, and goes to, because they're not able to feel love, they go to extremes to prevent others from experiencing love, like murdering them in a winery, like murdering people. So, Simona, why don't you give us a better synopsis of Heart Eyes?
Sure. So, Hard Eyes is the 2025 romantic horror comedy slasher film, which you can watch on Netflix. So, the basic plot is a serial killer who has been given the moniker Heart Eyes is targeting couples, hunting them down, and then killing them. And he has sort of put the area in a panic, understandably so. They're trying to understand his motivations, but they don't really get it. One of the more obviously chauvinistic cops that you see come onto the scene, the one who's kind of sexually harassing the female detective.
Yeah, you notice that, right?
Yeah.
Like, he gets, like, real up close to her at one point, and I'm like...
Yeah, he has his theories.
But... Dude,
But...
back off.
Yeah, so he has his theories. She also has hers. But, you know... Yeah, but, and I did also want to preface, as always, there will be spoilers, so if you haven't yet watched, come back and join us at another time, because there will be major plot spoilers. You've been warned. Okay. So one of the quote-unquote couples that ends up becoming the target of Heart Eyes is the main characters, Allie and Jay, and they work in this marketing company. Allie's in danger of losing her job, but what I will say is her marketing campaign was actually kind of brilliant. I enjoyed it.
So, did you? I don't even know what they were marketing.
So, I was assuming it was probably jewelry, or maybe, like, I'm not 100% sure.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was jewelry. But I didn't see any jewelry in the ad whatsoever.
Maybe that was going to be coming up. So it's one of the funnier moments where her boss is basically trashing her in front of the entire marketing team.
I hated her boss.
Yeah, and saying that her marketing was ill-timed and tone-deaf. To be fair, I don't think she realized that the killer was going to be, like, literally on their doorstep. So essentially what the marketing campaign was, which I enjoyed it, was showing tragic couples that are celebrated in either cinema or novels or plays. So it's like Romeo and Juliet, Rose and Jack from the Titanic, Bonnie and Clyde. But of course, given the current climate and the fear that's around, it's probably not the best time to have put out that kind of advertisement.
Because Heart Eyes is in Seattle.
Yes.
Which is where the movie is.
So Jay, who is a marketing guru, is essentially being eyed by her boss to take her position. Naturally, Allie is a bit salty over this.
And Jay and Allie briefly met earlier at a coffee shop without knowing who each other was. And she hit him in the face twice with her head because that's just what people do, I guess, when they're awkward.
Well, to be fair, they were bending down at, like, the same time, which I guess goes to show how in sync they are and how meant to be they are.
Oh, is that what it was meant to show? Oh, okay.
I'm probably reaching. What I did appreciate is how this film pokes fun at a lot of things that have become so commonplace, especially with romance.
True.
So, like, the hyper photo touched, and, like, all those social media proposals where they're in the giant fields, the plane flying overhead, releasing all the balloons. It reminds me of when you see the gender reveal parties that people do. I did appreciate how this film is kind of poking fun.
Or even when they're doing when they're going to get their clothes and they're like doing, like, the the runway stuff and
Yeah.
like changing clothes and stuff like that. I'm like, oh,
Yeah,
that's very
it's
cliche.
like
But yeah,
yeah.
they were doing it on purpose. and
Yeah,
to
because it's like
poke
also
fun.
going with those romance tropes. So like the whole montage of the ugly duckling getting the makeover by
Yeah.
like the best friend kind of a
Yeah.
thing, and I like how like she uses a metal straw and she's I'm environmentally conscious. So
Yeah.
it's like all those little things that it's poking fun at,
Yeah.
which is entertaining. I was reading some 1-star reviews. I think some people were kind of. I hate to say this because I sound like I'm those like missing the point though of
Probably,
the
yeah.
film.
Yeah.
Like what it's actually trying to do or parodying or whatever. I didn't agree with some reviews that said they have no chemistry. I actually liked them.
Oh, I
on
did too.
screen
Actually, I thought
together.
both of them were great.
Yeah, I think they do so well, and I love the irreverent humor. I made a note of saying that this film reminded me of Happy Death Day, and Christopher Landon directed that one. He's one of the so it's directed by Josh Rubin, written by Philip Murphy. Christopher Landon wrote it too, and Michael Kennedy. So Christopher Landon was responsible for the Happy Death Day film, which I loved. I love that kind of dark humor, that irreverency, like where people are just dying. It's like, oh well, is that even a word? Irreverency? I said the wrong word.
I didn't blink an eye at it, so
Oh,
I
okay,
don't.
well now everyone will know unless
I'm
Joe
not,
edits this. So that's what I appreciate. So yeah, so
So after what's her name, Allie?
yes,
After Allie's like reamed in front of everyone by her boss,
yeah,
she goes into the office. She thinks she was fired, and then her boss comes in and is like, "No, I have 6 more months with you. I'm gonna use every dime."
yeah,
And she's like, "But mess this up and I'll kill you." "Oh no, I'm just joking."
yeah.
"But am I? I'll kill you." And I'm like, she really needs to like go to HR with that. Like that's you can't threaten your employee. And then it was like, oh, by the way, I'm one of those people that like I'm watching and I'm like, oh, that's the killer. That's the killer. That's every person that popped up on the screen. I was like, that's the killer.
Well, a lot of people felt that the reveal wasn't really a reveal.
Because everyone knew it was the detective. Spoiler.
Yeah.
It was very obvious it was her. Like,
So what gave it away? Like, what was the moment for you when you were watching and sitting down in the comfort of your home? Let's set the scene with your comfy clothes.
the very first time you see her, and she's going through the dating apps, like looking for love. That I was like, that's
So
her.
is that a commentary on modern dating apps, or is that a commentary on you, whether you're scrolling? The fact that she was scrolling?
Well, I think the fact that she was like so desperate to find someone, like that to me made it seem like she's the killer.
So FYI to all you lonely hearts out there,
Yeah.
desperation is the immediate
Equivalent of
indicator
serial killer.
of
Yeah.
you're a serial
And
killer.
she was the killer.
Well, she was. I also think too though that like the scene where she enters in, which I guess is where you squash the grapes at the vineyard, that machine where the first couple, the woman gets, she hides in there, it's a mistake, and she gets squished.
Yeah.
And she's basically kind of gleeful, like not gleeful, but she's basically, I guess, wrong place, wrong time to have these kinds of discussions.
And also like you are in a pod that has like blood and guts and bones in it now. Like, I wouldn't bring my cell phone in there.
Well, she had to take pictures.
With her cell phone?
I guess.
She was swiping through dating apps in there. That's how I'm like, she's sick.
Yeah.
She's not all there upstairs.
Yeah. Well, I guess I kind of get that too. I think it's also like you could almost think of her male colleague. Like I kind of like rolled my eyes at the bit where he's like, "Oh my God, he must have had mommy issues," and just unless it's a woman. Like I was like, okay, but yeah, there are female serial killers, but they're rarer than male serial killers, and their mode of killing tends to be less confrontational. Like most female serial killers use like poison or something. It's very few female serial killers because you have to rely on.
You seem to know a lot about serial killers,
I love
which is
it.
something that the serial killer says to the guy. Remember?
Exactly. Yes. Yeah. So it's like, well, the ones historically, like even one of the more famous ones where she constantly claimed self-defense. They
Is that
made
the highway hooker?
That's not the term I was going to use, but
But
sure.
that's the one. That one.
Yeah, like they made.
They
I
made the
think-
movie about her.
Yes.
Yeah.
She claimed it was constantly self-defense every time she killed someone, which I'm not going to make a judgment call on that. But she had to sort of use the element of surprise as well. She couldn't anyway. So like considering the way the person's, well, I guess they also use, well, he uses arrows, so yeah, technically I think,
Well, it's because like Cupid.
yeah, I think it could be a woman too. He wasn't necessarily up close and personal with all of them, so I guess it's logical to say, yeah, it could be a girl.
Yeah.
But
Honestly, and the whole thing was like I think it's a little, I actually don't think it's a cop out. I'm changing my mind as I'm speaking. But like you definitely, even there's a part where they think that Jay is the serial killer.
yes,
And so they arrest him, they bring him to the precinct, and then you see the killer and you see the detective.
yes,
I was like, at that moment, I was like, there's just multiple killers. Because
Okay.
I was so convinced she was one of the killers.
okay,
And then even the guy that, so let's just get to it.
yeah,
It is the detective, and it's her husband, boyfriend, I don't know what he is.
her husband,
But he's the IT guy, actually,
David.
at the prison, or at the precinct, not
Yes.
a prison. And even his one creepy line to Allie, I'm like, he's a killer too. Like, there was no doubt in my mind he was one of them, because he was weird.
Although statistically, though, like talking about statistics of serial killers, what the chances of you coming across 3 in your lifetime, one alone, there's a bit. That's like, I forgot what the stats are. So already this film coming in contact with 3 in your, that's really, I think.
Well, they were targeting her though.
No, but I'm saying, well, every serial killer has a target.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is that I think, though, like I was looking at what are the odds that you'll run into one, for research purposes.
Yeah.
And like the odds of like running into 3 are like, you really have a crappy life but yeah, like, so that's one of the reveals. There's 3.
Yeah, and I actually, when they kill the third person,
Yeah.
the first person to die, but like
Yeah.
the third, like
Yeah.
the third wheel,
Yeah, essentially, yes.
and then they take off the mask and they're like, "Who's that?" And they're like, "I have no idea." I kind of liked that. I thought
Yeah.
that was funny and like not what you expect.
Yeah.
I was down for that.
Yeah, there are so many like funny moments. So essentially when there is the reveal, so that David, the IT guy, and Detective Janine
Yeah,
are the
Janine
power
Shaw.
couple behind all these things, and they sort of were these 2 lonely hearts that connected because they realized they had a shared interest, a shared hobby, so to speak.
Murder.
So that hobby that connects them, which solidified their romantic bond, is murder.
Weird.
And as they,
It's a weird kink.
to each his own. So what they say is that our kink is murder and that everyone has one. Not the best line in the movie, but like they got married at a
Well,
church.
the taxi driver earlier says it, doesn't he? He says like everybody has a kink.
Does he?
Yeah, or maybe it wasn't the taxi driver, but somebody says it earlier in the movie. Somebody
I
says,
thought it was the sort of misogynist like detective guy, like the creepy
Oh,
one.
was it him?
I thought he said that. Like, because basically when he's saying how the problem is you're too frigid, like why she
she's
can't find someone, and I think about it, like I think he was talking about his kinks or whatever.
"Oh, maybe."
And also no, or it could have been when she was interviewing Jay, 'cause I think she says, "What's your kink?"
Nice. Nice. Oh, so like at the end, killers the third wheel killer is killed,
Yes.
and you think it's kind of over, and
Yes.
the detective's like, "Oh, I'll give you a ride home."
Yes.
Your instinct is like, "This is how I know like I should be like a detective or a CIA agent." The detective is like, "Oh, I'll give you a ride home to Jay," and you're supposed to be like, "Oh, they're about to get it on." I was like, she is going to kill him. And she was going to kill him.
Okay, but let's just go with the argument. Had you not suspected she is either the or part of this like group of individuals, then would your thought have been, oh,
Well, of course, if I didn't suspect her to be the killer.
okay,
Yeah. But even after they killed the third wheel killer
yeah,
and you thought the movie was over,
yeah,
I was like, I actually, I'll be honest with you, I didn't think it was going to happen right there. I thought it was going to like lead into a sequel.
oh, okay,
But I knew, I was like, she's going to kill him.
yeah,
Or try to kill him. She tries to kill him. She doesn't. She's not
Yeah.
successful.
yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, I knew it. I just knew it.
And I think also a certain point, and I don't know whether it's intentional and not necessarily the actress. a lot of times there's really no subtlety. Like the whole interrogation scene, she's coming on pretty. First of all, it's bordering on inappropriate.
It's bordering on sexual harassment.
On certain points.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense once you realize that he's her intended target, and she's getting a sense of satisfaction with the fact that he's trapped in here, you know, with me, and later on with her IT. Which also, smart decision on her part, because he can control the power and the lights. Like, she knows how to pick them. Like, great choice on that. So if you're gonna like buddy kill, you have to have someone with certain sets of skills that'll be beneficial for you in the long run.
That's true.
So him being IT, very good.
Yeah.
But I was reading, some people were saying when he was revealed, one person said the IT guy, and I like how David even says it. It's me, and Allie's like,
you look
the
vaguely
IT
familiar.
guy. I like how disappointed he is. It's me, the IT guy. But yeah, so like the reveal in the church after Jay has been kidnapped and Allie has to save him, which is kind of a cute role reversal. Also in this film, there's the final guy and girl, which I know in other films there can be final guys and final girls, but most of the time it's the final girl trope. But so she's the one that has to rescue Jay. But I just love the humor throughout. How even in the situation where these people are like going to kill you, like Jay can still like roll his eyes when they're talking about how they met, and Allie's like, really?
Yeah.
I also like loved the final death moment between the two of them.
With her head coming off?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, because I also like how like Jay at one point goes, like when he's underneath David and David's giving his like villain monologue, how he's gonna enjoy himself, and Jay like takes one of his like aerials, and it's like they're like the extendable ones. He goes, "You talk too much," and just like shoves it in the side of his face, and he stumbles, crashes into the candles. Then you don't really see what's happened to him, and then Janine's like, "I'm gonna kill you," but of course in these films they could just like kill the person, but they're just like, "No, we gotta like just draw it out for as long as possible." And then she uses her eco-friendly straw, which everything comes full circle.
Yeah, she mentions the straw a few times.
Yeah, and she like stabs her with it. And I love the sound effect because you can hear her
breathing
through the straw.
Yeah, it's funny.
And then like she like slams her into the sword of Saint Valentine. She gets decapitated. And it was just such a good scene. And she dies, and it's her final moment. Yeah. And then the David character like comes back like, surprise! He's all like melted. It's a really great. I think there were so many great moments. Like one of my favorites too was when Allie and Jay are in the van with the stoner couple.
Yeah.
And the stoner couple which is another classic kind of trope, like the couple having sex is the one that's going to die.
Yep, and they do.
Because this is the scene where Jay and Allie have led the third wheel in the thruple. Because I like how David says we're a thruple. He says, "Oh, so you're together?" He goes, no. He says he was the third wheel. So like his character has like followed them into the drive-through where all the couples are, and Allie's like, "Oh my God, do you realize what we've just done? We've led the Hard Eyes Killer. Look how many like people." But as I says, but we gotta find some place to hide, and they like pick the van with the stoner couple. They're
and
like,
the couple just keeps having sex.
I thought that was so funny how like Jay and Allie are having their heart to heart, and you just hear the moaning in the background, and then like they pause, and they tell the couple like, "Shh, you need to be quiet," and like they don't get quiet, and eventually Hard Eyes comes. And
they had a pretty cool death too.
They did, with the tire iron.
Yeah,
that was really cool.
Yeah, that was a good death.
Another criticism, which, I mean, it didn't bother me all that much, was like, because, Allie couldn't become a doctor because she has a fear of blood.
Oh, I loved when she threw up.
Yeah.
I thought that was hilarious.
But then, like, how she's essentially covered in blood, soaked in it.
Well,
like,
I think she gets over it because she has to, right?
Yeah, but I guess when we're saying how it doesn't make sense how someone with such an extreme fear of blood gets over it so quickly.
Well, I think whoever said that is ridiculous because I don't know that, like I'm also someone that doesn't really do very well with blood, but like I was watching the movie. You know what I mean? Like, but like if I had to be a doctor and was like, having to do surgery and stuff like that, and you know what I mean. Like I think that's totally different.
Yeah.
Those people, they're just like people just nitpick at everything. Just enjoy the fun movie. Like it's just a fun movie.
Yeah, like so that was like one criticism. I think another criticism was like the motivations of the killers didn't make much sense.
Well, they're into it. They get off on it.
I guess they wanted like stronger motivations, maybe like a backstory, like.
Ugh. Everybody needs a backstory nowadays. Everybody needs an origin story. Like, why?
Yeah, I guess it's like, I guess if you're going with the other, like, especially with the slasher films, which just is very much a parody on slasher film. It is a slasher film, but it's really upping those, like, situations. Even the gore count the gore is extreme, where a lot of the times the killers have motivation. Like, if you look at the Scream film, the original one, not the... won't talk about the other ones. The original Scream film, when it's revealed it's the two killers.
Billy Loomis and Stu Macher.
Yeah, and Billy's motivation is the fact that
Cindy.
Like...
Sydney.
What?
Sydney.
Sydney? Oh.
Sydney, not Cindy. Sydney.
You guys... Sorry.
Sydney Prescott.
Sydney.
Yeah.
My bad. It's been a few years. So Sydney's mom was having an affair with his dad?
Correct.
So his motivation is he wants revenge, which makes sense. It's a clear motivation. So I guess what they were looking for
and then
is
Stu didn't even know about that.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Stu was like...
it's been a while since I've seen the first film.
So Billy says that. He says, your W mother was effing my father. How's that? And Stu, like, looks at him like, what? So Stu is just the idiot that's in it for the ride. You know what I don't like?
Yeah.
And then, so, like, I like that in Scream. Like, I was like, okay, I'm in for that. Yeah. And then Scream 3, which was horrible.
Yeah.
They have that killer that's like, I orchestrated the whole thing. I showed Billy Loomis the videos of his father leaving with your mother. I'm like, shut up. Scream 3 was terrible. And then, honestly, all the rest of the Screams were pretty terrible.
Like, I think that's one of the, like, and I saw one of the more recent ones, which I don't know are supposed to be, like, they're not actually, like, because Sydney returns. Like, in the latest one, she returns. And I was trying to remember.
Well, she wasn't in the most recent one. But she was in the other ones.
Oh, okay.
She just wasn't in the most recent one because of money, but they mentioned her a few times.
Oh, okay.
Because so she's like her character is
so
in the universe.
In the one where she does actually appear, where she's brought out of retirement, so to speak.
She's in there in a few of them.
Yeah. Well, this is the one where I think it's also what's her name? The one who's in Wednesday.
Jenna Ortega.
Yes.
Yeah, Jenna Ortega's in a couple of them also.
Yeah. Well, okay, whichever one it is, it's the one where she's basically called back to basically like she's been living away. Just we need you back. They've started again. Yeah. She comes back, and I thought like the motivations, even then the motivations were kind of dumb. It was almost like to one up.
They're ridiculous. Yeah.
Or like they were related to Billy or something. Yeah.
So where were we?
Okay, so in the end, it's revealed.
Well, no, we were talking about Scream.
Oh, okay. I didn't know whether we wanted to still talk about that. Yeah, so it was reminding me a lot of Scream and talking about like what the motivation of the killer in the very first film is.
That's what it was. Yeah, the motivations in Scream just got ridiculous.
Yeah.
Because even in the second one, it was just like, I think the second one's Billy's mom, right?
Yes.
Which was ridiculous. And then just some random film student.
Yeah.
And then the rest, then the guy, the third one, just forget about the third one.
Yeah.
And then all the other ones are just like, I'm Billy's long lost, cousin.
That's right. And the one with Jenna Ortega, her older sister is his daughter.
I believe so. Yeah.
Oh, I remember there's the reveal, and she's actually seeing it. And I thought this was one of the corniest moments when she sees his ghost, and his ghost basically says, "You got this." Now that's not what he says, but he tosses her the blade. So, and I was like,
"It's terrible."
Okay, but
they're terrible.
It's like,
and you see, they're doing the same thing with "I Know What You Did Last Summer" now.
Oh,
like,
they're bringing back
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Okay,
so like, it's not a reboot; it's like a continuation.
Yeah,
but like, so that that's another thing that I have an issue with those kinds of movies is like, so Sidney Prescott and I forget Jennifer Love Hewitt's name in "I Know What You Did Last Summer," but like they have been through some. They've been through some trauma. And you're like, the thing that we need to do to get through this situation is to bring in the person that's been almost filleted a few times. Like, what are they going to do for you? Call the police. Call the police. Lock your doors. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
You know?
I think that's how you know it's just, and it's a thing where, especially if you're a fan of a franchise, like regardless of whether the franchise, like sequels or whatever, are good, you will follow it. There is this expectation that the original cast will come in. I remember there was one case where it's like, but it doesn't make sense for one of them to come. I don't know if that person was dead. It was some weird thing. I was like, well, why would they? They're not around anymore. It's like this weird thing because yeah, it would make sense. Like I don't really know what Sydney is gonna do for you. One could argue, oh, she understands the motivations, but the killers aren't the same. You know, like, and copycats are a thing.
Yeah.
So it's simply like because they want to reunite the original. They want that magic back. Now, I will admit, I did not emotional, but it was kind of nice seeing Sydney back with like Deputy Dewey, like or whatever his name is. Sorry, like whatever his name is. I'm also
Dewey.
thinking about
his name is Dewey.
because I'm also thinking about the scary movies where they were parodying his name. So at first I was like, is that his name in the scary movie ones or
no? His name is Dewey.
yeah. So which is weird, but
in the actual screen, his
yeah.
name is
So
Dewey.
like, so I think that's what it is. Where like, if you're thinking about it logically, it makes no. Why are you bringing this person back? And also, that's a whole other thing about resurrecting franchises that just let them be. It's like, come up with something new. Create that new franchise that will be this generation's Scream or Friday the 13th or, you know,
or even just reboot it. I don't care if they reboot it.
Yeah.
It's just dumb to me that like and don't get me wrong, I love Scream is one of my favorite movies. I love Scream. I love the first one. So I'm the person that sits there, watches every one of these, criticizes them for every single thing they do. But like I liked seeing Sydney back. I liked seeing Dewey back, although Dewey dies in one of them, I'm pretty sure.
Yes, he does, yeah.
I liked seeing Gail back.
Yeah. Because it's
although Courtney Cox, my God, she looks like she got a lot of work done.
Because it's banking on that feeling of stuff. It's like when I watched all the Freddy films, the ones from the 80s. Like I was like, okay, let me just finally watch all of them. And there were nice moments where like the original Nancy, the actor playing Nancy, she shows up in the Dream Warriors film. So it was nice to see her. And I'm sure at that time when it was in theaters, you would have said, oh my God, Nancy's back.
Yeah.
You know, so it was a nice moment.
It's fan servicing.
Yeah, but I feel like in that case, she actually did something to help the teens because they didn't know what they were up against.
Yeah.
So in that sense, she's giving them the tools like, this is who he is. This is what he relies on. This is how you can outsmart him. Yeah. So her being there made complete sense to me, and I liked it. But like I watched the remake of the first Freddy film, and it was like it's what should not have been made. You didn't really do anything new with the story other than you went with the pedophile angle, which the original film wanted to do, but there was an actual murder of a child at the time. So the director said, "Okay, we're not going to do this." Yeah. So they sort of.
When was there a remake?
I want to say 2020, but I'm not 100% sure.
It was Nightmare on Elm Street. Like they called it Nightmare on Elm Street?
Yes, I believe they did. Yes, and it's supposed to be like a remake of the very first ones. I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
Is it Nightmare on Elm Street, that one?
Probably yes.
I don't think I saw this one.
Yeah, I mean, it honestly was not that good. They had a lot of the scenes. Like in the first film, there's the very iconic moment where Freddy like is going through the wall above Nancy, and then he retreats. In the original, they did it where they had the actor pressing against a type of material, and in the new one, it's CGI, but it just doesn't have the same effect. So they were they recreated a lot of the same moments that were in the original film, but not to the same effect. Or I was like, okay, you know, while they were using practical, it just looks better. And yeah, and like I said, they go back into Freddy's origin story. But anyway, it's just, I think sometimes the reboots can be good if
it wasn't even Wes Craven?
No, I don't believe so.
Wow.
So it just wasn't as good. I kind of feel like the whole reboot thing should just die. Like I saw the thing about I Know What You Did last summer. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Also, so
you don't
like
need
unless
to do this.
Unless Jennifer Love Hewitt turns out to be like law enforcement and she has some training.
Yeah.
And she's or she's the new Clarice Starling.
Yeah.
And she's a behavioralist.
Yeah.
And she's hunting down serial killers in her
Yeah.
spare time now, or for her job. Like, I get it then.
Yeah.
But Sydney was a freaking telemarketer or whatever in the third one, or no, she was a support phone person, like someone you called for support.
Oh.
I hated the stuff with the ghost of the mother too. Oh my god, that was so annoying.
Oh.
And not creepy at all. Like, not.
And also in the original, like, especially what I know you did last summer, so it's the old man, and spoiler if you haven't seen them, so it's like the old man who they hit, which I get it. They hit him, left him for dead.
Yeah.
I get it. That's motivation enough. But like there was 2 more.
No, there's
after
just
that?
the one more. It was I Know What You Did Last Summer, and I still Know What You Did Last Summer.
Which the original novels from the 70s were, I think, I Know You, and I Still Know. So
Oh, really? Oh,
yes.
Okay. I only knew that I didn't know that there was actually a second book.
I could have sworn there is.
There might
and
be,
and if
yeah.
I'm wrong, let me know. But I don't even remember who the killer was in the second film.
I don't remember who the killer was in the second one, but I remember, wasn't Brandy in the second one?
Yes.
Yeah.
She was.
Yeah. They go to like somewhere tropical, and like the killer follows them there. I'm like, really?
I don't. Oh, I also think it's because in the first one, doesn't it end a little where you don't know if the killer really died?
I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen.
So that's like another, and the film that we're currently talking about. This is so fun. I just love Hard Eyes. There is that jump scare moment where, like, so essentially all 3 killers are killed. Allie and Jay rediscover love and basically realize that their childhood trauma cannot prevent them from finding the right one. He proposes to her by saying, "You want to join move in?" She says, "No, I don't want your key. I want you." So they have that proposal moment. She gets a phone call. You think it's the killer. And even the voice modifier is very reminiscent of Scream because the killers use the voice modifier. But it's a cop-out. It's her best friend who's like her hype person in the entire film. But then it does the phone call cuts out, so you're left to believe, oh, like, could there be a sequel? Which I hope to God there isn't. I mean, it ended fine. Don't do sequels. But yeah, so that's how it ends. But a lot of horror films do that, where there's and it kind of annoys me, because especially when, if it's like Mike Myers, and I know now allegedly he has supernatural origins. I thought he was just a regular human. Apparently, no.
Wasn't he a kid? Wasn't he a kid that ended up in a mental institution?
Yes, yeah.
Where'd the supernatural stuff come in?
I don't know, because I was always wondering, how can he be run over by a semi-truck, burnt alive, hung, shot, stabbed? I was like, how is he still coming? And then I think one of my I don't know if it was my cousin or someone said, well, he's supernatural. It's like, when did he become supernatural?
Yeah, when did that happen?
So and I think that's when things start to lose steam, where you sort of mess with a good thing, and it's like, there's no reason to do this. Yeah. Like, even the Rob Zombie one that he created, although he's not supernatural in that one, but it's like another origin story or whatever.
But even the most recent one, right? The one that Jamie Lee Curtis is in it.
Oh yeah.
And
I wonder if she's done now.
She had cut his head off in Halloween H2O.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's a little.
And then, but I asked somebody about it once. Maybe it was Joe. Joe would know more.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, this is like a different storyline or something, or maybe it was Ben even.
Oh,
they were like, this is a
okay.
different storyline or something.
It's like the MC, the universe.
But Jamie Lee
like,
Curtis is in both of them. Then I don't get it.
That annoys me too. Like, don't do that to me. Where it's an obvious logical fallacy. It's like, but this is not the same. Like, I hate when they do stuff like that. But yeah, it is a fun film. I do tend to enjoy slasher films as a genre of. But I think, like, just do something new, sort of like stop beating that dead horse. It's also a shame to the fans too, because if you put something out, there's going to be an expectation from the fans, and I don't know. It's like all the Scream films, just end it now. You've sort of bled that franchise to death. Now they're going to do it with I Know What You Did Last Summer. Like, unless you want to go from, like, taking the original novel, the source material, and reimagine that instead of bringing back, like, sort of reimagine it for a new generation.
Yeah.
I think would be a better idea than just sort of saying, oh, the killer is back, or it's a fanboy. Like, I hate that, where it's like, because that's what the other Scream films after the second or third one were doing, where it's like, oh, we're fans. Like the one with, what's Alicia?
Hayden Panettiere, that one.
No, she's the niece of Julia Andrews, not Julia Andrews. Oh,
Oh, Emma Roberts.
yes, her.
Yeah.
Like
I think
she's
that's the fourth one, right?
I think so. Where it's like the same thing where she's a fan.
Yeah.
And I remember I watched it with my brother, and we were looking at each other like, this is like an hour or two out of my life. I said, I'm never getting back. Like, it was just so dumb. It's, yeah. So I don't know. But are there any, like, since this is a slasher film, like we mentioned Scream that we both really like. Are there any, like, slasher films that you really enjoy that you think sort of do things right, or I don't know, with the storyline?
Yeah, I mean, definitely. I mean, Scream to me is as good a slasher movie as there is.
Mm-hmm.
Really, just smartly written.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Williamson wrote it. He was the showrunner for Dawson's Creek.
Oh, okay.
He also wrote Teaching Mrs. Tingle.
Okay.
And when that was made, the studio really felt like they had something special, so they kind of like they put money into it. That's why they asked Wes Craven to direct it.
Oh, okay.
And they went out and got known actors. I mean, Nev Campbell was big, at that time, and the guy that played Stu Macher, I don't remember his real name, Matthew Lillard.
Okay.
He was big at the time. Rose McGowan was big at the time.
Yes, yeah.
So they got big names for that. Other ones. There's the first movie that kind of comes to mind right now is this movie called April Fool's Day.
Oh, okay.
And I think it was made in the 70s, I think, or maybe the 80s. And I remember watching it legitimately being a little scared.
Hmm.
And but yeah, it is really just like a slasher movie, but it's a slasher movie with a twist. I really enjoyed that one. I bring that up a lot. I don't know what else is there. This reminded me a lot of Valentine's Day. I mentioned this to you yesterday.
Oh, okay.
There's that's David Boreanaz is in that. It's basically the same storyline.
Oh.
But it's not. I don't think it's supposed to be as comical.
Oh, okay.
But that one was decent. I remember being into that one. Movie horror. Yeah, Valentine's Day. Oh yeah, they had a creepy baby Cupid mask. Yeah, that one was pretty good. What about you? Any slasher films you would recommend?
Well, I probably couldn't really recommend any, but like the Scream first one, I know you did last summer, classic. My Bloody Valentine isn't too bad. Um, in terms of slasher films, that's one of the older ones, I think from like the early to mid 2000s. And it's like a gentleman who like worked in the mines, so he has like a not a gas mask, I forgot what you would call it. But he doesn't target couples per se. I guess he'll just take anyone that's in his like proximity. But that one isn't too bad.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I like Texas
I
Chainsaw
have
Massacre.
never seen it. The original or any of the other ones. I've seen clips of the other ones. I'm like, I'm not terribly impressed. I know, like, by maybe today's standards, the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre wouldn't be considered too extreme. Like, I know some people saying, oh, it's not as, well, not doesn't hold up because it's a classic, but I've seen clips and I'm like, I don't know. And then reading about the behind the scenes moments for that film, like the filming conditions, like especially the very famous scene at the end, the banquet scene, all the food at that point had rotted.
Ugh.
And it was under Texas heat. So like, I think a lot of people were like passing out and they had to refilm that scene. And I heard that the actress, the scene where the grandfather, I think, sucks on her finger, they actually cut the actress's finger. So he was actually sucking her blood in that scene.
Gross.
And I think like what I admire is like the amount of screaming that poor actress must have done. And like when she actually fell over, and she said that the actor who played Leatherface was so kind, he picked her up. Like basically how even though there was a lot of like high tension moments. I think a lot of people in the cast were saying how like genuinely sweet he was as a person.
I hope so.
Like, you know, well, like he wasn't like a diva. He wasn't like doing anything like that. Like he was really like careful and like caring towards other people. So I like learning about those behind the scene moments. But like I want to watch it, but at the same time, like I'm afraid to, if that makes any sense, because I've seen enough scenes where it's like I don't really know.
I like the one with Jessica Biel.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's supposed to be like the remake,
That's the
right?
remake, yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's one that was made after that, which is supposed to be like a prequel to the Jessica Biel one
Oh yes.
with Jordana Brewster, actually the same actress that plays the detective in this.
Okay.
She's in it, and it's basically the same exact movie.
Okay.
Like they don't really do anything differently in it, but she's beautiful, and I like watching her.
Who does she play in the movie?
She plays like the main woman, like the one that's like the one that survives at the end.
Oh, the final.
And
Okay.
I think it even like the movie even ends the same exact way, like with the chainsaw guy like hitting the car as she's driving by.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
literally, like they didn't really do anything differently, but it was supposed to be like the prequel to the Jessica Biel one.
Okay, because in that one, Leatherface is like a child, and you're supposed to learn how he became the twisted person that he is.
Maybe
Okay.
I don't remember, but he wasn't by the end of the movie. He wasn't a kid, so maybe they like do flashbacks, but I don't really remember it that well.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right.
You know, as I'm looking up, I looked up slasher movies.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't really call this a slasher movie, but I guess they're saying because the guy wears a mask and stuff like that. Have you seen Hush? So it's about a deaf woman that like lives in the middle of nowhere and is kind of stalked and hunted basically, like within her own home.
It sounds familiar, but I don't
It's excellent. You should watch it. It looks like it's on Tubi for free. It's on Plex for free.
Okay.
You should watch that. That's
Gosh. Okay.
that's excellent. It's the woman from the Mike Flanagan stuff. His wife.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's in that. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, that was excellent. You know you ever seen The Strangers? That was a movie like I really was hoping would be better because like I feel like it had the potential to really be good, but
Is that the one with like Liv Tyler?
yeah.
And she and her, I know my older sister, I'm sure, watched it, so I know the basic premise of like these basically psychotic people that just decide you're the one. Like,
Yeah. It basically, I got the vibe it was like kind of supposed to be like a Sharon Tate thing, like we picked you, we're gonna kill you and slaughter you and stuff like that. But they didn't like. They could have done so much more with it,
okay.
and it turns out to just be a crappy slasher movie. You know, like nothing.
One movie that I did kind of like, although Keanu Reeves, bless his soul, I have questions about his acting sometimes, is the one where he's sort of targeted by these two young women.
Oh, Knock Knock.
Yes. That's an interesting one because of why they sort of target people, like basically the hope that you'll be the man that's different from everyone else that we've met.
Also, like, what is he? I mean, like they basically. Well, I mean, he's guilty, but like that poor guy does everything he can. Don't you look at the two of them. One of them's Ana de Armas. I mean, like, are you really gonna like? How many times can you turn her down? You know?
Well, also he's supposed to be married, right?
He is married, but I mean, you know, these two women show up. He's alone. They're soaking wet from the rain. He does everything he can to keep them away for as long as he can, but it's just, you know, I feel for the guy a little bit. But that movie's, I find that movie entertaining, and honestly, I think it's just because Ana de Armas, like, you can't take your eyes off of her.
Yeah, like it's like honestly, like the whole, and I think maybe the film could have been elevated slightly. And again, bless Keanu Reeves' soul. He
tries.
He's a sweetheart. He's a wonderful person. Had there been a different actor in the film,
Yeah.
and also like I remember thinking, okay, so you're essentially testing this man. And you want him to say, "Get thee behind me, Satan, go away," and shove them out the door. But like I was curious, like I think I remember saying, but had he done that, like let's just say when he realized, okay, you're coming on too strong, you need to leave now, would they have left him? Because they don't actually kill him, they just bury him up to the neck, and they're live streaming everything on Facebook.
Yeah, they're live streaming him having sex
Yeah.
with Ana de Armas and pretending to be his daughter. Like that's
Yeah. So they've essentially ruined his life.
Yeah.
Now, we're going to assume they've done this multiple times. Like, have they killed other people? Like, because they don't kill him. They, like, ruin his life, which I'm not saying is that's better. But, and they leave him. And you get the feeling like they're obviously two broken women. They've obviously experienced things. And I guess they're kind of hoping to come across that one man that will be different. But I remember also thinking, but you two are taking a chance because Keanu Reeves' character just happened to be the one that'd be nice enough and not take you up on well, he does, but you know what I mean, like turn it around, and then the two of you are screwed. So
also though,
I don't know.
They leave him, buried up to his head or up to his neck, right?
Yes, yeah.
So when his wife gets home, he can be like, look, I wouldn't do this to myself. I was obviously like, I think.
But at the same time, the wife seeing it, like he can't explain that away. Like,
but he was tied up. He could be like, they drugged me, they tied me up,
so
and you only have so much bodily control.
So that is one film that I like. I don't. It's obviously not a slasher. That's not
No, I wouldn't call that a slasher.
But another one is with Elliot Page. And it's almost like a Little Red Riding Hood retelling.
Oh, yeah? I don't think I know that one.
It's basically where he visits this house of this guy. And the guy is the one, I think, in the Insidious franchise. The one who has the psychic connection. That actor.
Yeah.
He's in there. And you learn, spoiler, that he's a pedophile.
Oh.
That he's targeted young women. I think he's killed them. So she's there to lure him into a confession. Elliot Page. At the time, he hadn't transitioned, and his character is there to lure him into confession, and it ends where, like, he gets the guy to hang himself, and he walks away from the film. But it's an interesting it's like almost like a Little Red Riding Hood retelling, because he's the wolf character, but she outsmarts him, and that's an interesting one. But I can't remember what it's called. But then again, that's not really a slasher. But yeah.
Yeah. Smile is also. Have you seen Smile? I liked that. I thought that was pretty good.
Oh, is that the one where you can't help but smile? It's like almost like an infectious thing that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, I thought that was very good. That was well done.
Does it explain why you smile? Like, is it like an entity or?
I think it is an entity. I don't think it really explains like why you actually like smile, but.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it is like an entity kind of thing.
Okay. No, I haven't seen that yet. Like, I've seen the trailer or whatnot, but it's like, I've seen clips. I'm like, I don't really know.
Yeah.
Like,
it was good. So those are our recommendations if you like this. So what are we rating this out of? Also, let me just say before we rate it, the guy that plays Jay, I thought he was excellent.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was great. He's in Booksmart. Also, if you've never seen Booksmart, you should check out Booksmart.
Okay.
It's hilarious. It's Olivia Wilde's directorial debut. It's with Beanie Feldstein and Caitlin Dever and a bunch of other people that I think you'd recognize too. It's really good. Booksmart. Check out Booksmart. And he's in that also.
Maybe Hard Eyes?
Hard Eyes, sure.
Okay.
I'll bat lead off. I'm going to give this 5 out of 5 Hard Eyes. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was funny. I thought it was a fun ride. It was entertaining. Take it for what it is. It's not an Oscar-winning movie, but it was fun. I enjoyed it.
I'm definitely going to give it 5 out of 5. I was entertained. Like, I was laughing at moments. It's one of those films where, like you said, if you're not expecting this is going to be Oscar worthy, if you're just going where I love gore, I like irreverent humor, like I love and I'm here for a good time, then this will be your film, because it has all of that. Like even the imaginative kills in this film and everything. It's like even the way it opens, where it's like this beautiful moment between a couple and then it slowly starts to like devolve, like, and I like how like you're waiting for the couple to catch up on the fact that something is happening but they haven't yet. And yeah, there are just so many entertaining moments. Shout out to the stoner couple in the van. You know, he did a fantastic job. So yeah, 5 out of 5 hard eyes. It's just really entertaining. Yeah, and I like it because like there's the Thanksgiving film, which I still haven't seen yet, but I love Thanksgiving. So I don't
Me
want to
too.
like ruin the holiday for me, but like
Well, nothing could ruin Thanksgiving for me.
but I don't care too much about Valentine's Day. But yeah, so so thank you for joining us for this discussion of Heart Eyes. Let us know what you think of the movie. If it's something that you enjoy, like, subscribe, and we will see you next time. Bye everyone.